These braces are kind of chunky compared to how I build mine, but it seems pretty consistent with the Gretsch approach. So we're going to leave them pretty big. They're 3/4, well, 7/8 of an inch wide and about 7/8 of an inch tall at the deepest part of the arch. We're going to put some hide glue in where the back had delaminated just a little bit. This is thin stuff, so it should penetrate pretty deep. Jeff is cleaning up the pickup holes. They were not factory originals and they were pretty rough. Well, it's a nice day and we've moved outside to start doing some chemical stripping of the finish. We're going to get as much off the body of the guitar before we glue the back onto the sides. So here are some rags soaking. Well, the rags are soaked in lacquer thinner, and that is softening the lacquer on the back of the guitar. And when we pull off the rags, you can see the lacquer is all bubbled up. This part's already been scraped off once, but over there you can see the way it kind of curdles. Most of the lacquer came off with the lacquer thinner stripping it, but there's some final scraping and sanding to do to clean up before we glue the back onto the sides. Okay, we're ready to put the back on. We've got a couple of indexing pins at the head and one more down at the tail. So now we're going to put glue all along the linings of the sides. Well, they aren't really linings, but glue it up and get all the clamps on. Well, there we go.
Excellent.
Yay. Wow. Not bad, Jeff.
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah. I'll say. Okay, time for binding.
Is exactly where you want it.
What's that?
You're filming the back of your right shoulder.
Oh, I bet I am. Now I can't see what's happening on the side if the white is down all over.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
Yeah.
So I'm going to press down just on the white.
Okay.
Joseph Haydn from 1761 first move on pieces, which he did. But he also worked in very, very small pieces, small structures. And as he got older, he did more and more of that. So the smallest of his pieces were piano bagatelles. These were kind of almost like notebooks for him to have ideas for
Get these inner pieces up some. How's that?
Yeah, well, it's
That
definitely,
looks good.
definitely prouder.
Yeah. Well, that's what we want.
Okay.
So we can scrape it off.
Right. Just trying to get that white down onto the set proper.
Oh. Is it up?
It was for a second, but it isn't anymore.
Okay. Cutaway is always the toughest part.
Yeah.
And with usually the inner lines that I use are thinner than this, but this is really thick. The black and white inside lines. So this presents a challenge. Okay, so we want to put more glue on now. Do a couple more pieces of tape.
So can we just roll one in like this?
Yeah, absolutely.